Okay, let's dive into it. Welcome back to another explainer. Today, we're exploring one of the most automatic, yet completely invisible processes of the human mind, first impressions. We navigate these every single day, right? But the heavy lifting happens entirely under the surface. We're going to unpack what your brain is actually computing in those initial, fleeting moments of meeting someone new. And more importantly, why understanding this process is absolutely crucial for navigating the social world.
To start, I want you to imagine a scenario. Picture yourself walking into a local cafe. The bell rings on the door, you look up, and you make eye contact with a total stranger for the very first time. Now here is the wild part. In just 5 seconds, your brain has already passed judgment on them. No introductions, no context whatsoever, just 5 seconds for your subconscious to build a full, comprehensive profile of this entirely new human being standing right in front of you.
And here's the scary part. Before a single word is even spoken, your subconscious is already aggressively interrogating the situation, asking one huge question: can I trust this person? You see, the mind is first and foremost a highly tuned survival machine. It prioritizes your safety above literally everything else. It doesn't care about their name or what they do for a living just yet. It's running an instant threat detection protocol to determine friend from foe. All of this happens instantly, operating quietly in the background, without you even realizing it. The sheer speed of this analysis is what's truly remarkable. I mean, all of these complex calculations happen in just a few fleeting seconds. Neural pathways are lighting up, linking facial features, micro-expressions, physical presence, the whole shebang. You might think you're just casually waiting for a latte, but your brain, it is secretly working overtime, scraping and processing every available data point. It's doing this massive, silent calculation to map out complex social dynamics before you've even had the chance to say hello. Psychologists actually have a specific scientific name for this. They call it thin slicing. It's the brain's ability to take these tiny pieces of information, the absolute thinnest slices of experience, and use them to make surprisingly organized judgments. It takes all that visual data it just downloaded and instantly drops it into mental folders, pathways representing confidence, friendliness, or caution. Basically, it's instantly organizing a highly chaotic social world into neat, manageable categories so you intuitively know exactly how to react.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the breakdown of the highly specific, tiny pieces of visual information our brain is actually looking at to make these calculations. It's analyzing cues in real time. We're talking the intensity of their eye contact, the sincerity of a smile, the firmness of a handshake, and yes, even whether that shirt really goes with those pants. Your brain grabs these micro-expressions and style choices and weaves them together as a proxy for an entire personality. It's kind of crazy how much weight we intuitively put on just a passing smirk or a slightly slumped shoulder.
But why the huge rush? Why not just take the time to actually get to know someone? Well, the primary evolutionary motive here is simply the brain trying to save valuable processing time. Think about it. If our ancient ancestors had to stop and have a philosophical debate with every creature they encountered just to figure out its intentions, well, they wouldn't have survived long enough to pass on their genes. So your brain categorizes things rapidly to give you a shortcut. It keeps you moving safely through your environment without getting bogged down in endless, paralyzing analysis. So, the crucial point is, we run into a fundamental conflict here. It's the classic battle between speed and accuracy. The inherent problem with this brilliant little time-saving shortcut is that making fast decisions does not always mean those decisions are accurate. When you rely solely on thin slicing, you're trading thoroughness for efficiency. The brain rushes to a conclusion based on a 5-second visual scan, but that rapid conclusion is entirely capable of completely missing the mark. It's a system built for momentum, for sure, but not necessarily for uncovering objective truth. And this is exactly where sometimes the brain gets it completely wrong. Imagine someone walking in with perfect posture and impeccable clothing. Your thin-slicing brain immediately labels them as trustworthy and capable. But then, they open their mouth and they're incredibly rude to the barista. On the flip side, someone avoiding direct eye contact might instantly trigger that caution folder in your brain, only for you to witness them perform a profound act of genuine, quiet kindness later on. Our snap judgments get hijacked by superficial packaging all the time.
The comforting reality here is that human beings are vastly more complex than their 5-second packaging. We are multifaceted. A first impression is literally just a tiny fraction of a whole person. Revealing true character requires layered memories, actual conversations, and acts of kindness over time. When we rely strictly on that mental shortcut, we rob ourselves of the rich complexity that makes human interactions so rewarding. The brain's shortcut is just a starting line. It is never the final destination. So, to summarize the mechanical process we've been talking about, it really breaks down into 3 simple steps. Step 1, the brain tries to save time. Step 2, it categorizes visual data to make a lightning-fast character decision. Step 3, the result. And that result? Well, sometimes it's spot on, and sometimes it's completely wrong. While it's an incredibly efficient time saver, treating it as absolute, undeniable truth is basically a coin toss.
And this brilliantly illustrates our core philosophical takeaway for today. Your first impression is only the first chapter, not the whole story. You would never judge an entire novel by its first page, right? Yet we do this with human beings constantly. We let a 5-second scan dictate a dynamic relationship. It's a really powerful reminder to pause, breathe, and actively choose to look past those initial judgments. Give people the chance to actually write the rest of their story with you.
Ultimately, understanding your mind is the very first step to mastering it. Once you recognize that your brain is automatically thin-slicing everyone you meet, you finally gain the power to second-guess those snap judgments. You can step back and ask yourself, is this person really untrustworthy, or did my brain just overreact to a weak handshake? I want to leave you with this thought to chew on. Who in your life might you have misjudged based on a 5-second slice, and what might you discover if you finally took the time to read their second chapter? Keep questioning what you see, and thanks for joining me for this explainer.